Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. Appreciate you joining me. Like, share, comment on the post, and then if you like, you can follow along with me. Excuse me, in the book of 1 John, chapter 2, beginning in verse number 18. 1 John, chapter 2, verse number 18. There we have these words. Children, it is the last hour. And as you have heard that Antichrist is coming, so now many Antichrists have come. Therefore we know that it is the last hour. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have continued with us. But they went out that it might become plain that they all are not of us. Pretty serious words here. Words that deserve a lot of attention, more attention than I will be able to give them here this morning. We see, first of all, the word children. John is wanting the audience here, his recipients, to understand that what he is about to say, he says in great love. He says with great concern for them. He says it is the last hour. This is the last piece of time. Again, he's not saying to them that Christ will return today. He's saying that now that we have moved through these events, we have came through the events of the Old Testament, we have came through the first coming of Christ, the death, burial, resurrection of Christ. Now we are in the age of the church. He says this is the last section. He says there's nothing to come after this for this world. He says this world is in its last section. And you've heard that Antichrist is coming. The Antichrist is coming. But he says already there are many little Antichrist. The Antichrist will appear during the tribulation. We read about him and his work in the book of Revelation. We see thereafter and other places, but primarily in the book of Revelation after the rapture of the church. But he says already there are little antichrists who are working. And that's simply an antichrist is someone who is opposed, who is working against the things of God, who tries to stand in the place of Christ. And John says they're already at work. They're already moving about. And because of that, he says they have deceived some. He says there are some that have been deceived, and they have left the group. They have left the fellowship. They have walked away. Again, they have been they have been deceived. And he says, some, as he says this, he says they have deceived. They were living a life. They were involved in trying to, again, he's told us previously that if we abide in Christ, we will walk like him. And to walk like him, we have to abide in him. He said there's some that were not. They were not true believers. They're in the church, but they were not true believers. They may have even been baptized, may have held an office in the church, but these deceivers have now caused them to be led astray. And these are, again, this is a very sobering passage that we're reminded that there are forces at work in our world working actively to deceive people. Sometimes we We wonder, how do people ignore Christ? How do people not get saved? The preacher gets up and preaches just a marvelous sermon, just really lays it out plain about salvation, and people ignore it and walk away. How do they do that? Somebody goes, knocks on their door and shares the plan of salvation with them clearly and plainly, and they reject it. How do they do that? Because there are antichrists. There are those who deceive. There are those who oppose all that is godly, all that is right, who are working among us. And some of them call themselves preachers. Some of them have television shows, um, but they're working and they're deceiving people. And we have to be aware of that today as followers of Christ and be diligent in what we listen to, what we follow. Be actively involved in sharing the gospel with others, that they will hear the true gospel, because we are aware that there are those at work to deceive people. Don't forget that today. There are deceptive people, there are deceptive workers among us who would seek to deceive you, deceive your children, your grandchildren, your friends, and lead people into rejecting the gospel of Jesus Christ. Let's remember that today. You have a good one. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.